Xiaomi is fast becoming an automotive giant. Its first car, the SU7, did 50,000 pre-orders in just 30 minutes, and its second, the U7, bagged 200,000 in just 3 minutes. So mathematically, this, the SkyNomad N90, their third car, should do about 500,000 in 12 seconds. What I'm trying to say is, it's got a lot to live up to. This SkyNomad represents something completely new for Xiaomi's lineup. It's almost schizophrenic compared to what's come before. You got the Xiaomi SU7 sports sedan, perhaps the best driving dynamics of any Chinese EV, and then the U7 crossover, a sexy looking thing with driving credentials to back it up. But both were aimed squarely at the young, single or newlywed customers. And now we have this, the SkyNomad N90, up to 7 seats for the established family man. And while plenty of us overweight middle-aged men could go the whole hog for the SU7 Ultra, honestly, most of us will end up choosing something like this. Because my wife would absolutely kill me if I came home with a 1,500 horsepower race car disguised as a sedan to take my kid to school. And you can get the SkyNomad in 2 flavors. This, the N90, a 5.28 meter long 5 or 7 seater, or a smaller N70, around 4.9 meters long. And while both the N90 and N70 are both based on Xiaomi's new Kulong platform, you'd be really hard pushed to tell the difference even stood next to them. The SkyNomad N90 and N70 are large, practically shaped SUVs aimed to maximize interior. The daytime running lights look like dragonflies, and the front end is overall dominating, featuring on both the N90 and N70, whilst the rear is a boxy and practical with a hint of Zeekr 9X tail lights. In line with the updated SU7, and SkyNomad gets triple redundancy door handles that have independent power sources and also are mechanical. You also get an optional side step as well. And the thing that has the Chinese Internet abuzz is the fact that the N90, the top version, comes with a roof-mounted tent, which you can access from inside the car. For trunk space, Xiaomi say that you can get 7 people sat in here with luggage for 7 people. Namely, they say 7 20-inch suitcases will fit in the back of here with a full car. 577 litres of space, and if you push the third row forwards, then you'll get over 1,800 litres of space, or 24 20-inch suitcases. Now, compared to the 7-seat N90 that we saw, this smaller N70 actually has a larger trunk because it's exclusively a 5-seater. Now, there will be a 5-seat version of the N90 later, and I expect that that will have a larger trunk. Now, I can't show you inside the interior today, so you'll just have to trust me. With the seats up, you get just over 1,200 litres, and with all the seats down, in its maximum carrying capacity, you can get 2,425 litres, which Xiaomi claims is enough to carry 38 20-inch suitcases. Yeah, this kind of suitcase measuring malarkey, I think, has gone too far. So we don't have much time, but on the inside here, you're gonna get an 8.8-inch instrument panel, a 20-inch heads-up display with full ADAS visualization and mapping. You get a 16.1-inch central touchscreen, and all of this is being powered by Hyper OS, at Xiaomi's OS, and it's being run by dual Generation 3 Snapdragon 8 chips. You also got a 50-watt wireless charger up here. You've also got a couple of USB-Cs down here, easy accessible. Yeah, 25 speaker surround sound system with 7.1.4 spatial audio. And styling wise, you know, this is a little bit different to some of the others because you have this disconnected center console here. You get quite a few different little cubbies to store things in with a kind of nice wood-like finish. Now, Napa leather is an optional extra for this interior, but you get a high quality kind of synthetic leather as standard. And these front seats get heat, ventilation, and 16-point spa massage function as well. They're very kind of wide and flat on the bottom, nice and comfortable. for if you want to really do long journeys. These tiny little buttons for the air outlets, which is quite a nice way of doing it. You also still have the torque screws where you could screw in accessories. We'll get more maybe into the styling when we drive this car and I have more time with it. But overall, you know, a lot of soft touch everywhere and metal accenting around door handles and the speaker grills. Overall, really quite nice, kind of open feeling front cockpit. But let's get to the rear. First things first, look at that door. It basically opens 90 degrees for really easy access in, and optionally you can have electronic closing and opening doors. Now, back here, these rear seats in the second row also get heat, ventilation, and the same 16-point massage function as the front seats. And both of these seats come standard with zero gravity. And the front passenger seat also can have zero gravity as an option. Back here, you got a few different things. Number one, you've got a big Xiaomi TV back here. You even get a Xiaomi remote. It's 21.4 inches, so it's quite large, and it's got all the functionality of a Xiaomi TV, which is really nice. Most people, when trying to have a Xiaomi TV like me, you can easily just sign in and use your kind of subscription there. You also have a fridge back here to heat and cool things, though apparently I think it's going to be optional, but it's nice if you want that, you can option it. And lastly, you get a 6.88-inch rear screen back here for controlling the car. Got your little furry animal friend here. But the interesting thing is you can actually remove this if you wanted to. So you can kind of lean back and use it to control the car's functions right in your hand. Although I just worry about another thing to be lost by your kids. Now, the most interesting thing, or the biggest part about this, is the fact that the floor, remember this is a hybrid, the floor is completely flat front to back. Which means that all of these seats and even this center console is on sliding rails, and that allows it to do quite a number of fun things. So the chairs can move and slide on those rails to go into lots of different modes. This one is called Solo VIP. Basically now what you have is maximum leg room for back here. Now obviously no one can sit behind you here because it actually folds up the bottom of the third row, but it kind of gives you an idea of the kind of different functionality you can have with the seats back here, but there's still more. So in the menu here, you can choose different functions, and this is the one we're going to choose here, and we're going to see what it does. And just like that, the chairs can spin around and all four people can face each other. You can also get some accessories to put in here to get a table to eat on or play cards or something like that. And think about this with the top trim model that has a pop-up roof tent, which you can access from the interior. You should be able to stand, or at least I should be able to stand completely upright in here as well. For the sliding seats, there's multiple preset modes as well as the ability to customize your own. But there's a couple of different ways you can arrange the seats to take a nap, including folding the third row down entirely and adding an air mattress. But it is a snug fit for two big burly men. Welcome to the third row of the SkyNomad N90. Now I'm 1.7 meters. I know, freakishly tall, but the thing is I look quite cramped here. Well, I've basically push myself as far forwards. Now this seat is in a very relaxed position, but even still, I can do a couple of things. Firstly, you do have some rear recline here in the third row. So as long as you haven't got anything in the boot, you can recline down. And secondly, you can move this bench back as well. A nice fair way, we're still going. And now all of a sudden, look at that. I'm now all the way in the rear of this boot. Now, obviously you can't really get much in the back now, but in terms of leg room, you've got a whole lot of leg room. You get a USB-C back here, you get a cup holder, an air outlet, a reading light, and heating back here as well. Now, these windows are not acoustic glass in the third row, but the front windscreen and the first and second rows do have acoustic glass. Now, you do also have a button here to move this seat kind of out of the way to get in and out. Overall, I mean, headroom back here is, obviously there's not a lot, but if you just need to get people back here, I mean, that is quite amazing. What's maybe not so amazing is this is actually a 3-row bench. And I think sitting in this middle here is definitely going to not be a comfortable place if you've got 2 adults, but 3 kids across the back of here, yeah. This is the 1.5 litre turbo 4-cylinder that you'll find in both the N70 and N90. It's the same motor in both vehicles. Well, it is an engine, but they'll call it a range extender. It basically makes electricity for the electric motors, because remember, extended range EVs, the wheels are always driven by the motors. So you always get that instant torque electric car feeling. Now on this side is the front motor integrated into one package, so it's really condensed down. That helps for the kind of space of the Nomad series. Now in total it's 422 kilowatts of power and 310 Newton meters, so you get an extra 100 kilowatt on the rear motor for the all-wheel drive versions. But overall, this is a very, very small package. Now, I said that it had a completely flat floor, and as you can see from this kind of chassis, the floor is completely flat from the front to the back, and that allows, again, more space inside. Now, this is a double wishbone up front, and in the rear has a H-arm multi-link suspension. Now, typically, that's a more bulky suspension, but here they still managed to get that flat floor. And another thing they did was they miniaturized a lot of the components inside the rear wheel arches to really kind of squeeze down the width of these, so you get more width inside the car between these 2 wheel arches, all enabling them to get more interior space. Now, in terms of battery, there's a larger 76 kilowatt hour pack and a smaller 52 kilowatt hour pack, but you can only get that smaller pack in the N70. Now, what you're looking at here is one of the packs, but the interesting thing is the amount of kind of armoring around that pack to make it as safe as possible if it gets struck by something on the road. And even underneath the car, Xiaomi say they have a very, very strong under tray, which is about 2-3 times stronger than what the national average needs to be to prevent the battery pack from being damaged. So Xiaomi proved it's not a one-trick pony. The SU7 can do the driving dynamics, and the U7 can do sexy. And now it's moving into sexy dad-bod territory with these SkyNomads. The question is, how many middle-aged plump men can Xiaomi win over? Well, us dads obviously can't say without first consulting the boss, our wives. Okay, cheers.